Hey guys, Sean Lentz here from Appalachian DIY. Today what we're going to be doing is digging a pit so we can put our footer and our column for our I-beam to sit on. So what we're going to be doing today is digging out a pit right here at the corner of the house. So we've excavated some of the wall back from the actual corner, and we put up some boards so we can measure off of. So this shorter one here, this will be the bottom of our new floor joist that we have in place. And then we measured down 10¼ inches, which is the height of our I-beam. So right here is the bottom height of our I-beam. So I want to be able to walk under there comfortably. So it's going to either be 7 or 8 feet on this I-beam to the bottom of our floor. So from right now to the bottom of this board to our floor is about 4 feet. So we're going to dig down probably another 4 feet into the dirt. So this is going to be a pretty good pit. Once we get down to the bottom, we're going to be able to set our footer and then start building up our block or poured foundation for our I-beam to sit on. Okay, so real quick, what we've done off camera is we've set this beam up, and we need to take this post out to dig down right up against where our block wall is going to be coming down. So we need to get this post out but still be able to support the corner. So what we've done is we put a pylon out here and a floor jack here and just put one of our beams that we've made and kind of spanned the corner. That's going to allow us to support from either end and allow us to work directly underneath this corner. So we finally got to our depth that we wanted with our pit. We're about a little over 4 feet here where we're at right now. We also did put some shoring up because we're driving through here with our tractor and I don't want this collapsing in. The soil is pretty stable, but I didn't want to risk it, so we put some shoring up to help brace the soil because we are digging out a little bit over here, and that's what I'm going to show you right now. So we finished with this. And we started digging over in the other side of the basement for the other pit. So as you can see, we have dug down our basement a little bit. We did it with the tractor. We started right here. This is the height of where it used to be. So we dug down about 3 feet to get this down. And that's going to tremendously help us out with time because right here is where our pit is going to be, our second pit. We dug the first one down, straight down that way because that's where we come in with the tractor. And we couldn't dig it down that far and it would just kind of mess things up. So we had to leave that the way it was and dug straight down. But this one, we have all the room over here. We're not coming in with the tractor. So it allowed us to start digging this down, and it's going to alleviate a lot of hand digging. So this was a big help for us. It opened it up. We don't have to duck down anymore. So that's what we're going to be doing today, is we're going to be digging this second pit out. next thing we need to do is we need to get a solid base to pour our footer on for our column. We just have clay here in the pit and that's not stable enough. So what we need to do is add something to it. And what we're going to add is 2A modified. 2A modified is just 2-inch stone, some 1Bs, and some stone dust all mixed together. And when you tamp that, it knits really tight together and gets concrete hard. And that's a good, solid, stable base for our footer to sit on. So we went ahead and tamped this, and the 2A modified, it's going to compress pretty good. So you're just going to need to get a couple layers on here until you build it up to where we need to be. For this, we have our laser set up, and we need to get our base to 101¼ inches. And I'll show you guys a little diagram up here about where my measurements are and why they're that way. So we're just going to tamp this again until we get our base down to the height that we need it to be. So how you guys know that this is compacted good enough is once you have it compacted, you'll start to see some stones getting crushed. You'll see some white powder on top. That's when you know that you're actually starting to crush stone instead of compacting it more. So that's when you can stop then. Just make sure that you get your corners and your sides really well. With the tamper, it's kind of hard. You just gotta kind of like hold it up against the sides and just kind of manipulate the tamper as best you can. But make sure that you at least see some of those stones starting to powder up. That way you know you have your compaction at its maximum limit. Alright guys, we got our pits dug down. We even dug some of our basement out a little bit with the tractor to help so we wouldn't have such a pit, because it was extremely difficult getting that tamper in the pit over there where we come in with the tractor, and just maneuvering around there was so difficult. So just having this dug down 3 feet and just having a small little pit made such a huge difference for us, and it was so much easier over here than it was in the deep pit that we have there. So if you can, go ahead and dig some of your basement out to lower it, so you wouldn't have to put or do pits like this, especially if you're underpinning or something. That is going to be a huge factor and ease of use for you guys if you can do that. So we got our pits dug for our columns, so we can get our footer in here. We have our base for our footer to sit on. That's nice and tamped down. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting in our forms for our footer for our columns, and then actually pouring our columns. But we're going to cut the video off right here because we're not really prepared for our forms and stuff yet that we have to make to pour our columns. So that'll be in the next video. So if you guys want to check that out, that'll be coming up here shortly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Head over to Appalachian DIY for more of our foundation repair videos. Thanks again, guys, and I hope to see you next time.